intro it and saying that there was just no way that I was going to miss this show post Montgomery Brawl, the Battle of Montgomery, the Sweet Tea Party, whatever we're calling it,
The
whatever
sweet tea
the
party.
Sweet
I
Tea
love
Party,
it.
whatever the consensus is, I did not want to not be on this show. How you doing, AWB?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Good,
Yeah, let's
good.
I want to see if I can do just I want to just share
Mm-hmm.
the audio of that song.
That's how we can. Wait, are you gonna like that? Should be the intro song.
Right,
Just
right, to bring it in. But I don't know if I can with
you
the
haven't found an
tools here.
instrumental of it yet.
I found the song, but
Mm.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Man, even if you have video, I just watched that today and got pumped up. Watched it one more time. Starting it each week,
I guess it
every
doesn't
Monday.
really matter.
Oh
So I go
goodness.
like this, and then do this. Oh, that's big me. All right, now. Anyway, I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Let go. Hey, I'm really proud of y'all. Montgomery Brawl. Bitch, not one but them all. Montgomery Brawl. Bro that can swim. Montgomery Brawl. Blue shit, really all of them. Montgomery Brawl.
Oh man.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. So,
Yes.
Tandy,
Yes.
you said you said last week Montgomery Brawl's been giving you life. You've been hyped all week. I want to, for someone who doesn't know, because there are people out there who don't know, can
It's
you break
amazing.
down what the Montgomery Brawl is, was, will be?
Thank you, Antoine. The Montgomery Brawl was what could have been just a personal, individualized, isolated fight between two people who had a disagreement of sorts, became amplified when we found out the details and watched the action of this event. And let me just give a little background. There was and I'm sure if you haven't seen it, please go search Montgomery Brawl, fight at the boat dock, Aquaman, whatever you want to look up. Whatever you want to look up. Swimming
Folding
to a fight.
chair,
Yes, folding chair. Those are the key words. But anyway,
hat toss, hat throw.
there's a boat dock in Montgomery, Alabama, where you can take these riverboat rides. I guess just for fun and entertainment. And a riverboat was attempting to dock, and nobody's supposed to have their private boat in that area. Well, there was a person with their private boat in the area. They notified the people, loudspeaker, please move, please move. There was the other party refused to move. So the he's either security or the co-captain on the boat got off and walked up to the dock, and he was trying to discuss this event. It looked like it got a little heated, but no blows were thrown in this discussion. It just looked like heated discussion about him asking the private party to move their boat. They did not. I don't know what happened, but one of the people, part of the private boat party, attacked the security guard or co-captain.
And he did some sort of, I don't even know how to describe the move he did. It was like the smallest jump kick you could do. There was an elbow and a foot, but they weren't like in the right places. I don't know. He just kind of bounced off the dock.
And he wasn't the person having the face-to-face confrontation. I think that guy, he just kind of came out of the blue with that jump kick, getting it started, passing the first lick. What made this more interesting, of course, is that the people who had the private boat were an all-white group of people. And most of the people on the boat, as well as the security guard or co-captain, was a black man. So those are the optics, right? So we have these few people on the boat dock.
Yeah, so he got attacked by
He
the
got
one
attacked.
dude,
One
and
dude.
then they started piling on
So
him.
all of the white people jump on this black man, and he looks like he's not like 20. You know, he looked like he could be an older gentleman, probably 40 plus. So they all attack him, and then help comes by way of sea and land. From
That ground support,
the ground
that
support
naval
came.
support.
It was the only thing missing was an aerial attack.
Yes.
But yes, all of the all the areas. Black people, mostly they were employees of the boat company, got out and helped. So you can see it as worker solidarity, you know, their other co-worker, and then you can also see racial solidarity, because the optics of about what, 5 or more white people beating up on this black man who was asking them to do the thing that they should have done. Oh my goodness. But it was so beautiful. So that's just the general scene, right?
Yes.
Now let's draw back and let's take it the most interesting piece.
There's a couple of notable moments.
Notable moments, AWB. The hat toss.
The hat toss. So I want to set that one up. So
yes.
Rewind back to when the dude did the jump kick, quote unquote.
Yes. Oh, visuals. Yes.
Yeah. I don't have visuals set up, unfortunately.
No, paint the picture though.
I'm trying to paint the picture. Yeah.
Yes.
So the guy, the co-captain backs up. This is the guy who's doing his job, who just got attacked, and I think he reads the situation immediately. Like, this is going to get physical. There's no point in trying to diffuse anything. So the first thing he does is take his hat that he's wearing, turns it around, then takes it off his head and throws it in the air. Now, this move has been dissected by multiple people trying to determine this, but there is significance. To me, this move means that this person has gone from being a co-captain for whatever this company is, to who he is in real life outside of work. He just clocked out, essentially. His company's not liable for the actions he's about to take. That's what it means in my head. Other people have put it akin to throwing up the bat signal. He is called the Avengers in, is essentially what occurred. And I think there's something to that too. If you just see a hat go up in the air out of the side of your eye, you're like, what was that?
What's going on?
Is there a hat flying? And then you may catch a glimpse of what's going on.
And it made me think of like other battles that kind of begin with a symbolic gesture. Like I don't know. Why do I have this vision of like some sort? I don't know if it's the bullfight or something, but like, I don't know if it was the queen or whoever would like drop the rose, and then whatever was supposed to happen could happen. I didn't research it, but I just started thinking about like in a duel. I don't know if it's really real, but like the slapping. If you slap someone,
challenge someone to a duel, that's a
right.
glove
When
slap.
you challenge someone, there's
if you're drag racing, you have some woman throw her bra down or something. If you're boxing, you have a bell ding. Like there's all these sorts of ways to signal the beginning of something.
Yes,
and I think he had to get resourceful.
Hat toss, man. The hat toss was like, it's on. And so yes, that hat toss was the, as we've been reviewing this and going back and forth, it's like that's I guess point one, right? If we're breaking this down.
All right.
Now, did the hat toss, as you say, throw up a symbol to call for reinforcements? Seems like
it happened.
It seems like it did. And if somebody's from Alabama, maybe that's an Alabama thing, right? Maybe everybody in Alabama knows what that means, and we just don't. And so it caught us as different, but perhaps they were like, "Oh, this."
Did he throw up the hat? Okay.
The heads up.
He needs some backup.
Oh,
Alabama
God.
hat toss.
Yes. So that's the first thing that you see. And if that was the only thing that happened, it'd still be like really cool and interesting. You'd be like, oh, okay. That wasn't even it.
No, that's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. Antoine, what do you think the second beat I got some
Well,
moments.
of course. At this point, they have piled on the gentleman. They got him on the ground. 5, 6, 7 white people. It's important to talk about how the fact that they're white. That's going to be a big part of as this thing grows. Are kicking this person, throwing punches at him. There's women in there also throwing kicks for some reason. And you can see there are people approaching. One specific individual approaching in a very unique way. You all of a sudden you see a man in the water swimming towards the action, and then he gets to the dock, reaches up, pulls himself out of the water, fully clothed, and hops in. This is unprecedented to see a person just swim its way to a fight.
All of the years, maybe it's been in a movie somewhere. I don't know. I can't tell you that, but certainly not captured in real life. A person swimming to a fight. With the express intent purpose to fight. And so there was no doubt about what he was going to do. He wasn't swimming to get a closer look. He wasn't going there, to check for change that might have fallen out somebody's pocket in the fight. He swam over to fight. And that young man's, his energy, his stamina, all of those things should be commended, because I was thinking about myself, and just jumping in and swimming would have been it for me, right?
Yeah.
I would have just been able to offer moral support. Hey, that's good. Get your hands off him as I treaded water. I don't know.
Maybe you can support if anyone falls in, you can splash them.
Hold them down. You got enough. Oh, but this young man pulled himself up. He lost a shoe. So didn't he kick off the other shoe, I think?
Yeah. I think he kicked off the shoe pretty much as soon as he got there.
Yeah. I mean, no need in swimming over, defying all the odds and getting there with one shoe off, one shoe on, messing up your balance, and you can't, you're not sure-footed in this battle. But he swims over, and you see him later, like, just dealing out blows, not like tired blows, not that he, like crouched down, taking deep breaths in between. He was gone.
Drying off his shirt now.
Oh, he was in there.
He was in there. So I would say that's the next notable piece.
Yes.
And then from here, it's people have their own favorite moments. Let's go to you. What happened next that was significant to you?
De La Soul said it best when they released the song 3 is the magic number. We got a lot of great things and sinister things that appear in 3, the 3 wise men, the sinister 3-headed horse of the apocalypse, or something like that.
There's 4 horsemen, but all right.
How many wise? Wait. Oh, it's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse, 3 wise men.
All right. Good things come in 3. It's the magic number. Because these 3 young men who have jumped out, because the boat has finally docked, right? So that's where the real, reinforcements come. The Navy has come in, right? At this point, the Navy shows up.
Black Navy.
So, a lot of these people seem to be employees of, I think I read or heard that they were employees of the boat, that company. They get off the boat and they go down to help out this battle. So the interesting piece is that in, step 1, when there was the original attack, the 5 or 8 on 1, then when they saw the reinforcements come, or I don't know what kind of gave them the sense of victory, or that, hey, we're done. Time's up. I let the Fred Flintstone bell rang, and they headed to their own boat like they were done. So
that was gonna be mine too. It's like them getting on the boat, like they weren't just beating a man, and they started drinking beer on their boat. Like no. So, like it's base, like it's safe. Like you can't come on the boat. The rules.
Yeah, so you don't stop the Navy in the middle of a fight because the enemy has gone to take a break. They're like, we were called. The hat went up.
The hat went up.
We're here for a reason. We saw it all. So we're coming to investigate further. And investigate they do.
Investigate they do.
The
fight
they
keeps going.
But here's the beauty. Here's the beauty. It's another thing people have talked about. The way in which they entered. You gotta get yourself ready. If anyone's shirtless, with pants on, without a belt, that needs to pull them up, you got to get ready if they come skipping toward you with a serious face. If they're not carrying flowers and dropping them as they're skipping, just assume the stance or just cover your head to protect yourself from the blows, because you're going to get it. You're going to get it.
I don't think people are as familiar with the threat of a skipping man.
I don't know why. Because
it works. It works.
A skipping man does not have the same meaning as just a skipping. I don't know. I guess a kid, because we just we attribute that to children, or like you're gonna do something whimsical and
the playfulness
fun.
to it.
There was nothing playful about this at all. Because these men came for business. So they get the people who have just retreated to their boat like all is well. And they're like, no, let's finish this. And so fighting begins again.
Yes.
And then weird jump kick guy comes out again from I don't know where. Because there's so many angles on it. And again, if you get involved in looking this up, there's probably about 10, 15 angles floating around out there where you get to see so many details.
Everybody has their phone.
We're probably not even covering.
Can't catch an alien, but everybody's got a phone here.
Oh man. Oh, so then now it's this boom. It's on now. Now it looks like a surefire battle. Like, without the weapons of war, just fists, it looks like a battle.
Yeah, it's all over the place. People are getting punched in this way, right? People are getting tackled and thrown. Men, women, they're black women, white women, all throwing hands at each other. It's chaos.
It's chaos. They're jumping in the water. They're being beaten and thrown into the water. It's a mess.
And again, it's pretty much straight up white versus black.
Yes.
In this.
The whole way.
From what I can tell, the white people didn't have a black friend. The black guys didn't bring a white liaison.
It was not mixed up at all. It was not. It was specific group against like generalized group. Because I'm going to say specific group of those boaters and whoever they were with, and then the generalized people, whoever decided to help, employee, friend, whatever. So you see all of this melee going on that side.
Just real quick, how many people would you estimate were involved in this melee?
AWB. I'm gonna for the whole thing.
The whole thing.
I'm gonna go. What do you think? Like 25?
I was thinking over 20. Yeah, somewhere over 20, a little north of 20. So 25.
Yeah, something like that. I would say. Because all of those people are not just at this boat location that started it up. Because, we think that's where it's all being handled. Fortunately, with tons of people out there with their cameras, we noticed that there's a senior fight.
Yeah.
Seniors.
Yeah. Older, gray-haired people getting lightly pushed and falling to the ground.
On the other side.
Choking each other.
Oh,
what is happening?
It was multi-generational. So and somebody, there's been so much. And again, if you are a student of social media, or if you have dedicated time, if you're using your screen time wisely, get in on some of these takes and these. Somebody blew up the screen, and they could see that on a couple of these people, they seem to be a part of a group. The shirts were purple and gold. I thought it was a fraternity. It could very well be. But it said class of 76. 76. So they did the math, and they're like, these people down here, like 68 people. So a couple of the people who were at the boat, in their own boat, still part of that party. They were down there getting things started. I don't know how that started. I don't have details on that one, but there was a fight going on there, and a couple of those people came down to intervene in that fight as well. But I wish we had like a drum roll, some kind of way. We got to introduce the folding chair. There we go.
It is. Yeah,
If you've been seeing anything about the folding chair, about people joking about the chair, about new songs, what is it? Swing Low.
Oh no!
Sweet folding chair.
Oh no! If you're familiar with story structure, all that was essentially rising action to the climax of this fight, where the folding chair came out. In my opinion,
folding chair. There was one
chair,
one black man, and they had these chairs were on the boat. So I don't know how he got it out. I don't know if he exited with it. I don't know if he reached through an open window and retrieved one. We didn't see that part. All we saw was him swinging the chair and whomping people.
People were getting whomped. People were getting whomped with this chair. Multiple people. He was working that chair.
He was working, and it was a white folding chair, so it was like, there was no mistaking. It was very clear, stark contrast. If you can see the picture, right? It was a white folding chair going down. And
around this time is where you can actually see some of the police starting to walk up.
Right. Which
walk up specifically.
There you say it again. Because you never, you'd expect I would think a bigger police presence, or certainly more aggressive one in this. They were almost like, okay, y'all just finish this up. Y'all work this out. They weren't like aggressive or super aggressive with anybody until the man swinging the chair whomped one of the white women who was in the battle. She was kind of sitting on the ground because people had already taken care of her, and he was just whomping and whacking. So he just saw her head and whomped her. Yeah. So then, the cops were like, all right.
all right. That's about the line. We got to start stepping in and arresting people now. old white woman getting hit with a chair while she's sitting on the ground. We gotta stop it there. We can't let it keep going.
That's it.
Before that, you guys could have gone for another 3 minutes or so.
It really could have been.
We'll start tapping people on the shoulder.
But it began with the toss of a hat, or rather, the battle began with the toss of a hat and ended with the whack of a chair. If somebody were writing about the battle, and we were studying it in history class 50, 100 years from
the now, sweet tea party.
if we were doing it, you'd have to include those details. That's what makes history so fascinating, like details like that, right? And it was something to witness it.
Now, on social media. I want to ask you, because this is, of course, this has been the talk of social media for like the last week. It's been on national news. What in your opinion makes this battle so significant to Black people specifically?
Oh, I think because you see, I think we've been witnessing, episode after episode after episode of injustice and racial violence, be it state sanctioned through the police, or, these Karen videos of people, being rude and aggressive and violent with Black people. And we're just, it just that repetitive trauma of just seeing that over and over has, fills you with rage. You get, sometimes the rage is so till you just become, overwhelmed with, I guess, despair. And it's like, why, how does this stop? How do we not have this experience? And then to see that moment where, and it's something so visceral too about humans just being the animals that they are. Sometimes when, it's like, everybody doesn't get this lesson. If somebody puts their hands on you, you hit them back, those kinds of lessons. just to see that happen, right? Because if we watch that in the vein of all the other things we've been watching, we'd have been watching a man like get beat to a bloody pulp or almost die, right? Those, if they continued on without stopping, they could have killed that man. And just to see that that didn't happen because we stuck together, right? We were like, we're gonna help each other. And I'm saying that because, like you said, no other white people came to assist, the black man from being beaten. They didn't come in and start fighting off white people. You didn't see that at all. But just the fact that we were there, by we I mean black people were there, and they helped. They got in and said, we're not going to let this happen. If they're bringing 8, we're bringing 8 plus, right? We're gonna stop this from happening. And another thing too, what was so satisfying is I'd heard that Trump had a rally there in Montgomery a couple of days before. So people were hepped up on all of this, racist vitriol and and they're feeling like they have the right. And and of course, if they're looking at this boat and looking at who's the majority of the people on the boat, they feel like they don't have to move. They don't have to do these things because they've been feeling empowered by this idea that they're so, supreme and everybody else doesn't deserve to have what they have. Somebody showed them. I mean, a bunch of people showed them that was not the case. Loved it. Loved to see it. Love to see it. And it's just that, that we came together. The people who were willing to sacrifice themselves, because if you get in a fight, what's around the bend. It could have, like I said, it could have been way violent, right? It could have ended worse, but they were like, I don't care. I'm going in there by foot or by sea, by river water. I'm going in there.
Yeah, it's like straight up karma in action, right? And that's great to see. People love to see some just instant justice. Someone who's overpowered and outnumbered one person immediately being on the reverse end of that, right? All these other black people showing up to say not today, essentially. There may have been a time in the past where you could have done that. Not today.
Not right here, right now. Not in front of all of us, right? And I think what I read an article in The Nation by this commentator, lawyer, whatever Elie Mistal is. He wrote an article, and he said, one of the things that was unique about this scenario is that it was not just that black man and those white people, right? Had it been just them, like I said, it could have gone way worse than it did in terms of him being alive. But because we were there, we were able to help. And he talked about, another form of this racial violence is isolating us, right? If there's nobody else around, you can do whatever you want to do, right? Or but in this case, that wasn't the case. That didn't happen. And he mentioned, like, if Trayvon Martin wasn't by himself, maybe if there were a group of people, it never would have gotten to where it got to. So that's what I appreciated, that it was, hey, they're my friends. I appreciated that it was, that they were able to help when so many other times, we can't, and that they did help. Just amazing.
It's amazing.
Just beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. I've been hyped. Like I said, I watched another dose this morning. My once weekly. Some people get an injection of medications once a week. I just go back to the video and pump myself up. Pump myself up for another week. Oh man.
All right. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I know we've been itching to discuss this.
Yes.
And I want to get it on cam here.
Yeah.
Just enjoy this.
I know I'm missing the pod, but I'll be back next month. Woo! Can't wait. Woo! Yes.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Any parting words for other than like go watch the video?
Go watch the video. Park your boat where you're supposed to. And more people should take riverboat tours. You never know what you'll see.
Hey, now y'all done started some shit, so we gonna finish it.
See,
This time,
history.
everybody about to witness it. Bro told them to move, just doing this job. But y'all wanted to jump him, so now we got a problem. All right, bet.